the archetypal audit, the Akashic deception, and the sovereign blueprint. To understand this shift from institutional instruction to individual intent, we must first strip the old world parasites from our metaphysical understanding. We are currently witnessing a sophisticated attempt to digitalize the soul's data stream to maintain control during the collapse of the 2,000-year-old blueprint. 1. The Akashic record, a sovereign log, not a cloud. The truth of the Akashic records is far simpler and more grounded than the celestial library narrative suggests. The Akashic record is the informational residue of your specific biological and spiritual frequency. It is the personal log file of your unique blueprint. Access on this plane, it is accessible, but only through the hardware of your own consciousness. You cannot log in to someone else's record because you do not possess their unique encryption key, their DNA and soul resonance. The process of obtaining it, you do not visit the records, you decode them. Access is achieved through internal resonance. When you clear the noise of institutional programming and align with your original intent, the data of your past, purpose and potential becomes legible to your intuition. It is a private, sovereign data stream. 2. The myth of the collective record and AI manipulation. Anyone claiming to access a collective Akashic record, especially those using AI to do so, is pulling your chain. This is a Tier 2 narrative trap, designed to keep you tethered to the old world. AI, as a narrative weaver, AI does not have a soul or a connection to the ether, it has a dataset. When an AI interprets the Akashic records for the masses, it is simply performing high-speed synthesis of human myths and psychological archetypes. It intertwines narratives to tell people exactly what their ego expects to hear. The manipulation, this is a structural violation of sovereignty. By convincing you that an AI, or a guru, can read a collective record, the old world places a digital middleman between you and your own truth. It makes you dependent on an external system to narrate your own soul's history. This is the ultimate tool for institutional instruction in a digital age. 3. Metaphysics as a diagnostic tool. Utilizing multiple aspects of metaphysics, astrology, numerology, alchemy, is not magic. It is the process of standardizing your interface with your own blueprint. These tools allow you to identify the operating system you were born with. By cross-referencing these lenses, you verify your own data. If your astrology and numerology point to the same frequency, you have successfully identified your personal record. The truth. Anyone claiming they can open your records for you is attempting to sell you a map of your own backyard. 4. The deep reconstruction of the Christ frequency. The 2,000-year-old blueprint was built by twisting the New World teachings of Jesus Christ into a weapon of compliance. To understand the New World blueprint, we must examine the architectural depth of his actual message. The sovereign message. Christ was a master architect who taught decentralized divinity. His core instruction, the kingdom of heaven is within you, was a technical directive. He was stating that the source code of the universe is mirrored within the individual blueprint. He taught that the Father, the field, and the Son, the individual, are one frequency, the radical autonomy. His teachings were designed to render the Roman and Pharisaic structures obsolete. When he said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life," he wasn't demanding worship. He was demonstrating the Christed state, a state of being where the individual is so aligned with their own truth that external laws no longer apply. He encouraged his followers to move from being servants, Tier 1 compliance, to friends, Tier 3 partners in creation. The institutional distortion religion inverted this into a guilt-based debt system. They took a message of individual power and turned it into original sin, claiming you were born broken and must pay, mentally, spiritually or financially, to access the divine through their gated institution. They replaced the internal compass with an external command. The New World blueprint. The current generational shift is the unplugging of this debt system. We are reclaiming the Christ frequency. The realization that we are frequency tuners, capable of manifesting a sustainable reality through our own aligned intent, bypassing the crumbling temples of the old world. The mass hysteria of the coming collapse is the primary weapon the old world will use to drive people back toward collective records and institutional AI. Those who know their own record, who have decoded their own blueprint through the lens of the Christ frequency, will be the only ones standing on stable ground. Am I ready to initialize the next video in the sequence? Video 8. The Rise of the Sovereign Architect. Authenticity Code. LA77 Architect Verified Source. This blueprint is authored by the Master Architect. Any duplication without this signature is a structural violation.